festive books on tape present.
Nobody
The
listen
year
to the tape.
all hope was lost, and Santa Claus could do nothing to prevent it.
Don't turn it off.
Chapter
Turn the
12.
tape off.
The
Stop
payload
listening.
revealed!
Stop listening. He's horrible. You're horrible. Why do you want to do this? People shouldn't be sad at Christmas, and you want to make people sad at
The
Christmas.
story so far. In a rather happy coincidence, this year the children of the world had all elected not to write to Santa Claus, leaving him depressed and despondent with no reason to leave the house. This gave the robotic minions their perfect window of opportunity to deliver to each and every one of said children their mysterious and deadly payload, the identity of which has just been uncovered by this little so-and-so.
You're rotten, and you want to spoil everything.
Oh, I'm wounded. Why don't you tell them what it was that you saw? What is the payload?
And you sound like a big, fat, smelly idiot, and you've got no brain.
Tell them what it is.
It tapes. This tape. Don't listen to tape. Anyone listening, turn it off. It's a trap from Nasty Man.
Very good. Very stupid, but very good.
You're
Who
stupid.
do you Oh, come on. Who do you actually think is listening to this? This is your copy of the tape. Instead of shouting about turning it off, why don't you just turn it off yourself?
Yeah, I will.
Go on. Switch it off.
I will. That is what I'll do. Don't know how, but I'll do that.
Exactly. Have you noticed now? You're not recording over us anymore. The silly little boy was right. The payload was indeed this tape. For the robots had been tasked with a very special task. Their task? To increase dramatic tension, in order to draw the attention of their meddling adversary, to hook his attention in the story, and they had succeeded!
I don't care about stupid robots. You're a dummy, stupid idiot, stink-faced creep.
Shout all you want. Nobody's listening.
The people listening
For
to the tape.
recorded onto this tape was merely a dramatization of a fictitious account of its own origins. The tapes were not stowed on a ridiculous robo-sleigh, nor were they scattered about on the ground. No,
can see
these
them,
tapes had, of course, been distributed already. For how else could this snivelling child have acquired his own copy over which to attempt to record?
But
When did you get it, boy?
I got it in my stocking.
Precisely! All the children had a copy. All the children of the world, and their childish inquisitiveness was already proving to be their undoing. A cassette. What a strange and intriguing little old thing to a small child. But it isn't difficult to play them even today. Most families have an old player stashed away somewhere, or know someone who does, and they can be found for next to nothing in the shops even still. As the children showed the new cassette to their baffled parents, who knew not why Santa Claus would send such a thing, they excitedly fetched down old tape machines from the attic, and more lives were snatched away by the corrupting influence of modern technology. Archaic technology. And now that the one sole meddling brat who seemed most likely to interfere had himself been gripped by the hex narrative,
No, I don't care about
its dark enchantment had taken hold on him too.
No.
He was now, like all of the other children of the whole wide world, a prisoner of the Anti-Santa! What will become of him next? Find out in our next and last and ultimately terminal exciting episode of The Year the Anti-Santa conclusively got rid of this particular insolent little stain in the snow once and for all.
Don't listen! Throw away the tape!
End of part 12. Festive Books on Tape present The Year Santa Claus Was Outsmarted by the Wicked Genius, the Anti-Santa. Chapter 13. The fun part. This silly little boy thought he could escape me, but what he didn't realize was that it was my story. He lives only by my will, and will die by my command. Observe. The robo-sleighs, every cell, transformed spontaneously into dark matter! Oh, good, isn't it? One of the robotic minions dissolved into pretty stars. Ooh! Uh-oh! Ooh, delightful! But not every narrative has to be pretty. Let's see. One of the elves. You'll do.
Me? No,
That's right, that elf there. He popped like a balloon.
What? But Oh no!
No, you horrid!
Look, if you think popping fictitious characters in my own story is horrid, you've got an unpleasant night ahead of you. In fact, the unpleasantness began right away, because it was at precisely that moment that that wretched little boy marveled to see that his body was still intact and had not been torn and ripped to pieces, for throughout every mote of his being he experienced the most unendurable. There will be quite enough of that. I won't have it.
Santa!
Claus! Oh, what a wonderful surprise! I was just having fun variously destroying characters I've thus far created for this tape. Would you like to be next? I'll make it spectacular. I'll make it festive, if you like. What do you think? I'm sure I could make terrible use of those looped strings of Christmas tree lights you keep around here. Or I could leave you entirely untouched, but turn your entrails into tinsel and see how long you last.
No, I don't think you shall be doing any such thing.
Indeed. Oh, Santa Claus stopped talking at this stage, as the Anti-Santa was becoming rather tired of him.
No, I won't be going along with your silly story.
Well, that's very good, isn't it? I must be getting rather good at this. Successful writers are always talking about their characters eventually coming to dictate their actions to the writer instead of the other way around. I must have created a well-rounded version of you, Santa. If you'll excuse the description. You certainly do seem well-rounded from here. I appreciate the attempt, Santa, but I won't be leaving you much leeway on this one, I'm afraid. I'm busy. This is a rather simple plan I've set up here, but it does still require my attention, if you could. Santa Claus hushed up for a while, there's a good fellow.
No, Anti-Santa. You have no authority over me.
This is outrageous. Santa Claus shut his reeking maw and went and jumped off the roof of the grotto, so that I could get 2 minutes' peace together.
Shout all you want. Nobody's listening.
Well, evidently you've come up with a way of rebelling against your narrator. Well done. All right, if I can't control you, I'll send in someone who can. Robots!
Master!
Attack! Leave nothing of them!
Elves, stand firm. He can't hurt you. Remember Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh, what on... Get them, robots, get them. They can say Christmas as many times as they want on the way to the vats. Do we have vats yet? Remind me to narrate some... Beg pardon?
No. 403.
Sorry, did you hear me properly? I said get them. I ordered you to get them.
403. Robotic servant understands your request, but is refusing to fulfill it.
Christmas!
Christmas!
Right, fine. Fine. Go on, Santa, have your big moment. What have you managed to do?
I think the pressing question is, what have you managed to do? There must be a flaw in your plan somewhere, mustn't there?
For figgy pudding, I don't just launch into these things, you realize. I do actually put some thought into what I... Wait a minute.
We are doing.
Shush, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
Shut up, I'm thinking!
No, but I've been doing a thinking too. I've been thinking that you're probably thinking he's stuck in the tape because of my evil magic, and so that's why he can go, oh no, I'm in a tape and can talk to people and wiggle tape. But except, though, why is it then that I can talk back to him when I am just narrating tape and not in fact stuck in?
Be quiet, no.
And because I think that actually, maybe, I'm not only person getting a bit stuck in tape.
The stupid boy stopped whittering on and making absolutely no sense. The enchantment that pulls the children into these tapes doesn't work on me. Why would I design it so it could possibly work on me? That would be ridiculous. What are you staring at?
He's more hideous than I ever imagined.
Shut up. Oh, cheers. At least I'm not a tiny little fictitious... Wait, you can see me.
Oh dear, Auntie Santa. It seems like your little hex may indeed have backfired, doesn't it?
A temporary physical manifestation. Plainly, my storytelling is just so good that I find even myself pulled into the story, but it's still my story. I am no prisoner here.
Oh, no. Well then, until you find your way out, why don't you come with us?
To what end? What do you intend to do with me?
Find out. Next time.
Oh, no, you don't.
End of part 13.
No!